actually fixed width, but it's now you don't have to have like a fixed height, because sometimes you probably have a lot of different content for each day. So probably you don't want to have like a fixed height, but you want to have fixed like width. And for a lot of websites such as Google, they actually have like a flexible width. Whenever you resize your browser window, the Google page actually changes with it.
Well, you can do that with purely CSS. You load different templates for your website depending on the resolution of the browser.
Or even better, because whenever the browser is resizing, whenever it resizes, you will generate that event. You can use JavaScript to catch that event and do something about it. Like just make a event handler. For example, if your width is 800 and your user like, oh shoot, my mom came and I'm watching porn, I need to like resize it to somewhere else, right?
And just resize. I love these examples.
And we're using real life examples.
At least people are laughing, people are like energized, people are not like sleeping. Come on.
This is really important. You will use this for the rest of your life. How to quickly resize. By the way, like if you're on Windows D, goes to desktop.
I didn't even know that.
I mean, back to your question about whether it's better to use percentage or pixel or fixed width. Yeah. Like it depends, right? So, for example, when I said that I'd have a container that would be centered, I wouldn't want that container to have a percentage width because I would want the entire page container to be 100% because I want that to fill the user's entire page. But I don't want that center portion to be 50% because, like I said, what if the user has a page that's 30 feet, like he has some kind of really big projector that has it's like 30 feet long or 5,000 billion pixel long, right? Then everything will still end up on one line. So, like, for some things you do want a percentage width that will easily be formatted depending on the user, but sometimes you want it to be fixed if you're not sure.
And also,
depends on the content.
Percentage is most of the time it's used with within a block element that has a fixed height and width. It's not usually used for like the general the outer layout. It's usually used within fixed length for small component.
Or like outside you have a certain, like let's say you set something to be 1,000 pixels,
right? And
you say 50%, so 500.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's easier for you to change it, right? And also, whenever you change the fixed length for the other element, you automatically resize to it. That's how like Gmail does it. If you try to open up Gmail and you try to resize your browser, it's actually the whole Gmail window will actually resize to it. So you will see the preview for the email is getting shortened until it becomes ... Also, the title of the email becomes ... until it reaches the minimum length and it won't short anymore.
I mean, okay, so back to that example where I said I have some center div that's 800 pixels wide, right? I wouldn't need to then go in, once I'm writing my tags inside that div, I don't need to keep using fixed widths. Because I know that the outer div is always going to be 800 pixels, I can use percentages inside that outer div. Right? Because I know how big the outer one's always going to be, so then I can use percentages. I wouldn't use percentages in the original div because I don't know how wide the user's screen is. Right? So you use percentages when you know you can, you have control.
It's for maintaining ratio between different divs.
How good maintenance of ratio?
Also, like, you can use dynamic on the outer, like the outmost div as well. If your stuff, your content is not prone to table breaking. So like they can, this is general, like text is a good example. Like they can be reshaped anyway and it won't break the way the user can see it. If you have an image, if you get smaller than the size of the image, it just disappears. So that you need like a minimal size to it. So it's probably good to use.
And that's a good point too, is that you can set minimum widths and normal widths.
And also maximum weight.
Maximum width. So
maximum height, right?
Weight. You can have.
You can choose.
Tags, right? So I can have my width as 50%, but then just to make sure that my user doesn't have an overly small screen, I can make the minimum width 800 pixels. So the div could stretch, but it couldn't shrink past 800 pixels.
Yeah, that's how I do it. With Gmail and everything Google has.
Recording Google everywhere.
He just sits at home and looks at the Google, so it's fun.
Yeah.
It's while watching porn. after the presentation.
See,
We're still recording.
that's why you're seeing TA. This is professor and this is TA.
Well, if you're a professor and you start using porn as examples on the thing,
It's okay, there's always people.
the academic community will have to talk with you. But if you're a TA, then no one cares.
Yeah, and also we have like table tags. So basically, if you look into this display style for the alt tags, for the table tags, you all specify the table, which is really like I don't get it. I just don't give you like a block. But anyway, that's the only special case for property for display.
What was iframe?
Oh, so basically for iframe, yes, I even commented it, like I don't forget about iframe. so basically for iframe, it's something that it's like a. Oh yeah, you guys don't know about frame either. Okay, we just start talking about what that way does. So for iframe, if some website actually specifies their website can be cropped and redisplayed in other websites. For example, Google used to be I used to be able to make an iframe and specify a source to be Google, and I can just display Google's page in my website. And what you use it for iframe for? So it displays some content from another website.
Oh, so it essentially displays something from another website on your website.
It's like a mini inset browser kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, there was some security risk because if you use sometimes people just use click hijacking. If you they make you think it's Google but actually it's not. They click on something.
It's called phishing.
Yeah. So
no,
for example,
phishing is different. Phishing actually makes a completely similar website.
yeah,
But for Google, for iframe, because you can do some manipulation when you allow, because there's an option in X frame option in the whenever you transmit your HTML file to the user, right? You can specify if your X frame option is to be a same domain or deny as always, or go for it. There's also three options. So go for it will always allow extra frame like rendering on your website. So everybody can copy a portion of the website and render on their own website. And also same domain, which means only the website under same domain will be able to render it. Or else denied, which means you just cannot display my website. Fuck you. Yeah.
so an example of an iframe is remember when you guys filled out that form, that was a Google Doc that I put on an iframe on the website. So you were actually looking at the Google Doc website, but you're on our website, right? So that's what you use. So those are just like special formatting tags for headers and stuff like that. If you're not sure what some of these tags are, go over to W3 Schools. They list the tag, they list all the attributes, and they give you examples.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna cover all the tags. It's just really tedious to talk about
there's
each
no
tag.
tags.
So most of the time I trust you and also believe you should look into those references. So please. Yeah.
So sorry, so just to make sure, what's the difference between inline tags and block tags?
For inline tag, it's usually in my opinion, for inline tag, it usually aligns with paragraph, a header, those text tags. But for block tags, they just don't care about the paragraph. You can actually make the block tag display above the inline tag and also below the inline tag. You can actually do overlay. You can do overlay with block tags, but you cannot do overlay with inline tags. That's my impression.
It's not really an important distinction.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes like because block elements easier to make a layout out of, right? It specifies the exact pixel, exact portion. While for inline tags, because sometimes browser, like for example, font size 17, which means line height 17 pixel means a different thing on different browsers. So that's why you want to use block element to make a layout and use an inline element only to decorate your text. So let's go next slide, people. Basically, we're going to talk about validation. Validation for HTML. So W3C, as we all know, is the organization that establishes all the rules for HTML. And of course, it will provide web interface runners to people that have some ideas why the HTML is like according to the rules on that. They also have their web editor that sits online 24/7.
We change slide, by the way. There's no slide
24/7,
too.
whatever it is. Sometimes it's not. You can usually, if you have a website online already, you can just give the URL to the website, or you have the file full of HTML, you can just give the HTML to the web editor. You will validate if your website is matching to what you declared in doc type. So if you declare to be transitional, you will evaluate your whole HTML as transitional website, see if you make any mistake. But it's just like I noted in the slides, so I know I really follows. If you click a link, the links are to the web editor with Google and Wikipedia. You will see a lot of errors and warnings especially from Google's side. There are 34 errors and 5 warnings for Google. And
36 errors and 2 warnings.
oh really? For Google?
Yeah.
I remember for mine was more, but anyway. But there was like 5 errors and only a couple of warnings on Wikipedia, if I'm right. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember right.
These ones are more like guidelines.
Guideline, you can choose to follow or not. It's not policy. So if you make some mistakes, it's not going to just like
internet police that will come down your website.
yeah. If some this doesn't happen in China. Currently still going out.
57.
Because you usually have to go if you close the you guys want. Just tell me if you have any questions.
Did you go with forum?
W3 schools.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
How did it change exactly?
Actually, early time. You get an idea, and once you have a place, so it's good. That's why you don't see a lot of web developers now. You cannot, because there's so many tags and stuff. You cannot say, oh, I'm going to test 8 tag. That's why you see a lot of that. It's all and that's what exactly you can have for me.
No, it's not. Let's do more slides.
Wow.
One was a record. Nice. It doesn't overplay.
That's pretty awesome. What do you use for this?